All right. It's been a while since I did recording, but and I haven't done a recording because it's well, essentially since the start of the year, nothing really interesting has happened. But I do think something interesting is building up, especially in FTSE. So what I'm seeing here on the hourly time frame, we've had this push down in two legs, 1, 2, right? No, it's been so long since I've used this. I almost don't remember how to close this. Interesting. Oh, there we go. I was looking for the X button to close this, the pen. All right, so we had this two pushes down, and I'm anticipating another push down at least to this level, to this line, the 7,700 level. And this is gearing up, and with the amount of time it's taken, I'm thinking it's gearing up for a big push that could potentially go past the 7,700 level. And if I look at the hour above, it tells a slightly different story. We've had this push down and then this push down, but this push came down in two moves. And on the hourly, what I mentioned earlier with the two pushes down, they're these ones, this one here and this one here. So I'm on this time frame, I'm expecting to move down at least one more, because this whole move coming down from here to here, it's done so in two swings, 1, 2, and this second one is broken up, and we see it broken up in the hourly time frame. If this secondary move is weak, and it is weak, it's weaker compared to this first one, I want to see a confirmation that the sellers are essentially dead, right, in order for the buyers to come back in and go to challenge this guy. So I am anticipating, let me see if I can read this on this time frame, otherwise I'll go down to the hourly. So we have this push, this push. I want to see what happens when prices come up to go past this level. If prices are able to go past this level, I want to see what the buyers do when they get up to this level, because I think the sellers are going to hit it again. I think the sellers are going to hit it again. I'm not sure where. It could be at this level-ish or this level-ish. Let's go to the hourly, see if we can get a better view. See, all this messiness here makes me wonder what the hell is going on. So since here it's just been very, very choppy, right? It's almost as though no one wants to make a move. No one, being buyers or sellers, want to make a move. And I want to buy with the buyers and sell with the sellers. So I kind of need a move to present itself. On Friday, we had this sort of move on Friday, and then this came up with the sellers hitting it at a lower high, and I was expecting this to go all the way down, but instead what happened was the buyers came back with more power, which lets me know, okay, buyers are here, sellers, well, where are the sellers? If the sellers are here, why didn't they let it, why didn't they go past this level when they hit it from here and also here? That's what I'm wondering. And I'm looking at this real time, so I haven't looked at this previously. I'm literally doing it live as I'm recording. So I'm thinking, do the buyers want to go past this level before the sellers hit it? Which will make sense because the sellers, the last strong sellers, are here. So they wouldn't want to hit it from here. They'd prefer for prices to come up to here before they hit it again. At least one more time. So yes, I want to see what prices does as it gets up to the 7,800 level. I think it's going to go past the 7,780 level. So for Monday, I think something like this will be brilliant. This way, I'll be able to fade the buyers, and we'll be close to where the sellers are, around about this level. So we can hit it with them and just monitor it closely to see how far they take it down this time. Whether they go down in this sort of fashion, in a choppy manner, or whether they come down hard like this. Either way, this low is what I'm thinking of the target if they come down in this manner. And because they come down to this low, the 7,700 level is the psychological level where I think we'll see a spike. So between here and here, we'll see a spike, possibly something that does like this. But it all depends on how they come down. The strength they use to come down. Let's quickly look at the daily. Now this is even more interesting because we've had all of this push up, and whether you look at this as one push, secondary push, or all as one push, either way, we've had this big push, which means we're due for retracement, which is kind of what is happening here. And the question is the retracement going to go past this level? I think so. Has a likely chance of doing so. If they do go past, where are they likely to come to? Well, the last person who made all of this move up, let's have a closer look at it. So this guy made a big push, and then this guy made a big push. You could say this guy here made a push, but because it's so close together, I'm considering this all as one. You see, I'm more confident to say all of this is one push up, whereas down here, you could make a case of saying you had this push up and then this push up is a secondary push up because of the spacing between the pushes. Alternatively, you could just say actually all of this is one push. Either one is fine, but it's not the same thing here. Here it's not the same case. There isn't much of a gap, right, between those two levels. So in this case, it's actually better to say all of this is one move rather than two moves, right? So I'm not considering this as an area where the buyers last made their move on this time frame. Slightly different thing on a lower time frame, on the 4 hourly, and certainly on the hourly. But on this time frame, no, all of this or all of this. So the last buyers with strong legs are actually here, not here, but here. So if prices were to come down, I think it will come down to all the way to this guy before another move up is made. Now the way prices come down will determine how much strength is left. I think this move whether you count it as one move, secondary move, and we need a third move, is definitely going to happen. Whether you count it as two moves up with a two moves up with a third one pending, or you consider all of this as one big move and we need a secondary move. Either way, we're getting another move up. It's just a matter of where the buyers will react from. This is just too obvious of an area, so I think they're likely to come down. Now, if we're looking at this guy as the last guy with the strength, then that is the SNR area. So if prices go past this level, I anticipate it to come down to this level-ish. Of course, it's never going to be pinpoints here, because it could come down even further to challenge this guy. But I don't expect it to go past here. So if prices go past this level, the area I'll be looking at is right about here, where I think prices will come down to before this guy is interested in taking it up for another leg up. That's on this time frame. On the 4 hourly, it looks as though it's slowing down. So we have this lower high right now, lower high, lower low, lower low, and that's where the story ends so far. I wouldn't say this is a higher low just yet. I want to see what happens first, because if these guys come down, then this is almost negated. But if prices go up, then you can say, okay, this is now a higher low to this. So we're right in the middle of things, it seems. But I do think we're at an interesting point where within a couple of days, a move is going to happen. Let's put it that way. A move, either upwards or downwards. My anticipation is that we'll have a move downwards, but we'll attract buyers by first having a move upwards. Sounds complicated, and I don't mean it to sound complicated. It's just, if you want to sell, you need to attract buyers. So these guys up at the 700-800 level, they'll be looking at the buyers, assuming they're coming up. They'll be looking at the buyers very carefully and seeing how they move. If they move past here with strength, that will be even, strength and no volume will be even better. Strength with volume will be a no-go. Slowly with volume will be good. Slowly without volume will be perfect, because it will mean the sellers are definitely going to hit it. Let's have a higher view. You see, that's the same guy. That's the same guy in the FTSE market. And you see prices just creeping up. Slowly, because of this guy. When this guy's had prices come up to an interesting level, then acceptable level, I should say, then he'll hit it. Let's quickly zoom. Okay, now see what I mentioned earlier in FTSE with this move up, considering it as either 1 or 1, 2. On this market, it's clear that it's 1. And the last move down was this guy. Isn't it interesting how prices spiked, accelerated after the buyers cleared this level. They took out these sellers who pushed it down, and they attempted to push it down even more. They attempted at several places. So here they attempted, and also here they attempted. And that's what actually led to this push up. Let's do Wall Street. Similar thing. We're having buyers come up, 2 sellers. And we just have to see what sellers are interested in doing. Oh, we'll see sellers are actually at that level. So FTSE, as always, is lagging behind both Germany and Wall Street. If you look at it in this time frame, it's lagging behind quite a bit. Let's actually track it even closer. So around about here, what time is this? 18th of January, roughly. 18th of January, I think it's, yep. So in Germany, prices are already coming up to challenge this guy, where in FTSE, it's very far away. It's down here. So this might actually change things. What I'm thinking is, I don't think price is going to get up to here before everything rolls over. Everything is in all markets synced together. But instead, I do think in Germany, at this level, in Germany, the equivalent, right? When it's ready to roll over on this market, it's going to be this level, I reckon. So Germany will roll over here. FTSE will be around about here, which corresponds with what I've just reviewed already. Let's quickly have a look at other markets. Although last time I checked, I think it was January, they weren't very synced up. Yeah, they weren't very synced up. These 3 are more synced up. Eventually, after we have this move down, I do think, see on this time frame, I think the buyers do want to get up to this level, but I don't think they have the strength yet, which is why I want to see what the sellers do. Because although I think sellers have a good chance of breaking this level, there is a chance that they come down. Let me clear this up a bit. There is a chance that they come down, but they don't do so with much strength, and they end up just fading out around about here for buyers to take it up. And this time, rather than push up from here, rather than this push up, which is quite weak, they push up with strength to catch up to this level where other markets are. Potentially, it really depends on several things. How this week shapes up, I think that'll be the telling of how things perform. Looking at all markets, I think the sell is definitely going to. Well, let me not say definitely. This is the markets. There's a high chance of the sell happening. What happens after the sell, especially on FTSE, depends on several parameters that I need to see play out. I essentially need more data to judge what will happen. And what I want to see is how the sellers perform when they do come up. And remember what I said earlier, as in I'm anticipating buyers to push up to this level before the sellers push down. When the sellers push down, I want to see how much power they have. I want to judge this push down to this push down. Because if it pushes down with this level of strength, we're breaking this level. If it comes down in this manner, then if I were trading, I'd exit round about here-ish, potentially. Yeah, exit round about here, just to be conservative, and then be on the sidelines waiting for the sellers, waiting to fade the sellers in order to buy, because they're going to go far. And all of that corresponds with what I'm seeing on the even higher time frame, my big boy, which is the daily, saying that we've had this push up, and there's going to be one more push up, whether here or here, as I mentioned earlier. So yes, going to be an interesting week. It's time wise, I think the buy will happen this week, and I think the sell will also happen this week. It might actually correspond with NFP. I think it's this coming Friday. It might correspond with that, the sell, that is. And that will lead into the following 2 weeks where things can slow down. The sellers can slow down and prep for the buyers to happen, the buy to happen. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for the week. See a push up before the sell around about this level. So buyers to push up past this level, get up to this level, and sellers to take it down to round about this level, potentially going lower. If it is to go lower, I think NFP will be the perfect catalyst to break this level. But we shall see. All right, I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm aiming to have this as at least a weekly video. I think maybe committing every single day might be a bit too much for now, but every weekend I think is doable. So I'll aim to commit to that every Sunday. Do a good 20-30 minute video and see what's ahead for the week. All right, I'll leave it there for now. Bye for now.